Welcome back. Today's Troy South Tech tutorial is how to create a digital notebook. Before we begin, let's answer a couple questions you may have. Some of you may be asking, is it necessary to take our notebooks digital? The truth is, the answer isn't yes or no. Although the school is encouraging the digital conversion, we are not requiring teachers to be 100% digital in the classroom. The digital conversion will be a work in progress, and like anything new, the more you incorporate and use the technology, the more comfortable you and the students will feel using it. That brings us to question 2. What benefits does a digital notebook have over a traditional notebook? There are several benefits for a digital notebook, but the most prominent ones are the level of organization that digital allows and the fact that digital notebooks do not get lost. Unlike traditional notebooks, digital notebooks are saved online and are accessible to students anywhere they get internet access. Students will no longer have to carry home a different notebook for each subject, but instead, they will only need their device to locate their notes from class. One concern I have received from a lot of teachers is that they are unfamiliar with the complicated programs it would require to create a digital notebook. Truth be told, this can be as easy or as difficult as you want it to be. In the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use resources that have been already created that I have saved as a JPEG file. These resources can be from other online sites or can be documents that you already have. Although there are several ways that you could make your own notebook, Google Slides is one of the easier for you to create and for students to use. In a future tutorial, we will cover how to use Photoshop to create JPEGs for the notebooks. Now that we have covered some basics about the digital notebooks, let's dive in and practice making one together. Today, we will use math as our subject for the example. To begin, you need to open your Safari web browser and go to Google. If you are like myself, you may already be logged in to Google. If not, go ahead and log in. To log in using your school account, you will use your email address and then whatever password you have created. If this is your first time logging in, your password will be change this password with no spaces. Once you log in, you'll want to go to the Google Drive. In the top left-hand corner, there is a red tab that says New. Click on it and scroll down to Google Slides. Open a new Slides project. As Slides opens, the first thing you always want to do is name it. Go to the very upper left-hand corner where it says Untitled Presentation and click to rename it. The nice thing with using Google is that all of your work is automatically saved. Next thing to do is decide what size of notebook you want. Anytime I create a notebook, I always use 8.5 by 11 inches in a portrait type format, mainly because it actually resembles the shape of a paper notebook. To do this, you would go up and click on File, then go down and click on Page Setup. Once Page Setup pops up, you will choose your size. Click on the arrows and go down to Custom and type in 8.5 by 11. Click OK. Now that your notebook pages are set up, the next thing is to give yourself a couple blank slides to work with. You can do this by first deleting the text boxes that are already on there. Click on the text boxes and click Delete. Once your page is blank, I like to duplicate the slides. You can do this one of two ways. You can right-click on the page and then click Duplicate Slide, or you can go up and click on Slide and then click on Duplicate Slide. Either way, it does the same function. The next step is to start inserting the JPEG images you want in the document. The reason it is important to use JPEG images is because once they are in as a background, students will not be able to change them. This means that the only thing the students will be able to change is the text boxes you create for them to type. To insert your JPEG files into the notebook, you need to click on Insert, then go down to Image. Once there, you can select whatever file you have. I'm going to insert a couple different slides for examples. These slides include a title page, which I made in Photoshop, a couple worksheets I got from an online resource, and then a worksheet with more math problems that I also created in Photoshop. Now that the documents are inserted, it is time to put the text boxes in to allow the students to type in their answers. To insert a text box, you can either click the box with a T on it in the toolbar, or you can click Insert and go down to Text Box. You will want to draw the text box where you want the students to be able to type. Once you have a text box in, you can continue to make more with the steps we just went through, or you can click on the text box and copy and paste it. You can do this by actually clicking Copy and Paste, or you can use the shortcut keys by clicking Command-C for copy and Command V for paste. As you see, I am holding down the Shift key when I'm copying, and that will copy more than one text box at a time, as well as paste more than one at a time. Once you put your text boxes where you want them, your notebook is ready to use. Creating a digital notebook may seem scary or hard to do, but by following these simple steps, you will be able to incorporate technology into the lessons and activities the students are already doing. For more help, take a look at the tutorial on Google Sharing. Be sure to keep an eye out in the future for a tutorial on creating digital notebook pages using Photoshop.